Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Garcia. I'm a software support specialist over here at Distributor Central. Today's webinar, we're going to be covering the virtual designer. So we have a virtual designer and a product designer. Natalie will be touching base on the product designer on Thursday. So make sure you attend that webinar too. That'll show you how to get in there and actually apply. So today you'll see how when your customers are able or you are able to add a logo to your website, and then it automatically applies to all the products. So all the products it applies to coincides with the product designer, and Natalie will cover that. So this will come in handy for you today, whether you're building like a customer presentation, you want to add the virtual designer to your website, so on and so forth. And then the product designer will be if you're creating custom products for your company stores or just your website in general. You can actually set to where the logo will be on the product, how it will look, what size, all that good stuff. And Natalie will cover that on Thursday. Feel free to ask questions along the way. And if you have any, and stick around at the end, we'll save about 5 to 10 minutes to answer any questions that you guys might have. But we'll go ahead and get started here. So once you log into your DC account, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of things in the past over the year that we came out with a virtual design template, which looks, looks like this right here. And this is one of the templates that we have of one of our mini templates. This one revolves around the virtual designer itself. So every product in here revolves around the virtual designer. You can also, we also added the shop all button. So if you wanted to give your customers access to all the products, they can use that too. So the way it works is you'll see right here where it says add your logo. So I'm just going to click on add logo, and I'm going to upload a logo. Now when you upload logos, you want to get a high definition logo. You basically can do a PNG or a JPEG. If you want to do a PNG, ideally you want to do a PNG transparent. And so you'll go in here, you'll find the logo. So let's say this was the logo. Click on it, it pulls up here, and then click upload. Click save changes, and then you'll see it'll automatically apply to every product. You can see the logos on there, and then if I click view more, it's automatically still going to apply because all the products on this virtual design template is basically pulling in virtual or product designer products. So currently we have about 1,700 products that are set up on the product designer. And so with that, those will automatically fill in. We narrowed it down on this website. And so it's basically the same steps as creating a website, but this one is going to just be geared towards the products that have the virtual or the product designer on them. So if you come over to your home page here, click on websites, hosting manager, it's just like setting up any other website. So when we come in here, when we look at, once this pulls up, you'll see all our websites here. We're just going to click add new website, and then we'll scroll down and you'll see the virtual designer template right here. So then all you need to do is click use this template, and this is the same way as anything, setting up a website, any website. We're just using the virtual designer one. Come up with a name, click just one more step. You could add your logo there if you wanted to, and just showing you kind of a quick version of it. And now you have the website. So if I go to view my website, it's the same thing as a template. You can go in there and customize it, change the colors and all that. That's not what we're going to go over today, but there's other videos that will cover that. But it kind of gives you an idea of you can just use the virtual designer template and it's already ready to go. So it looks the same thing as the actual template itself, and add your logo, same function as the basic template. Another option you have to use the virtual designer is if you want to set up a customer presentation or a company store. So all you have to do is come over here to the websites, click on websites hosting manager, and we're going to go with the company store for this example. So we're going to add a website. So same thing as we've been doing in the past, just creating a website, same process, but we're going to go ahead and pick our company store, which is right here, and we click use this template, and we'll call it DC Store 2. And we can add a logo too if we wanted to at this time, but I'm just showing you the virtual design side. So now we'll click customize website, and I'll just go ahead and add a logo just so you can see, and you can go in there and fully customize it just like any other website. But I just want to show you the simple couple steps to take to get it set up. So double click on that. Remember to edit, and this has been in previous videos, to edit the blocks. You can double click or you can click on the pencil, either one. So I'm going to upload an image, and we'll use the same image we've been using. And we'll select that, make it a little bit smaller. And then we'll do this one, same thing. Make that one a little smaller. Click save. And then what we want to do is we don't want the top sellers because we're just going to do the virtual designer. So we'll take out the top seller block, just double click on it, and then click in the trash can, deletes it. Double click on the catalog block. The virtual designer virtual designer collections are already preloaded on any new website you create. So any new website you create, it will automatically have it ready to go for you. So then all we need to do is click no, change this to virtual designer, which makes this catalog block only the virtual designer. Click done. And just to give you a kind of an example, you can add this to any website that you create. And we've already done and go ahead and preloaded and done everything that you need to do for the preferences and whatnot. This way, for the pre-fill, you have one more step, but moving forward, and if you wanted to do it, it's already ready to go. You'll see that later in the presentation where we add it to an existing website and you create a virtual designer page. But if you look up here at the pages, you can see we've already created one for all the new templates, so you don't have to do that. That'll only apply to the websites you want to add the virtual designer to pre-existing websites. And so we'll cover that later. But now that we have that, we'll click save. And then all we need to do is go back to our dashboard here, click websites, hosting manager. And then once we come over here to our store that we created, so the DC2 store, create, or DC store 2, sorry, click manage. And we're going to go into the website preferences and just enable the designer. So we'll click preferences. We'll go down to customization, and then we'll turn it on, enable product designer, yes. And these are going to be the same steps you'll use if you want to add it to a brand new website that you create. You'll do the exact same steps minus the pre-fill option, which we're getting ready to do right now. So once we get done with that, we'll click save, and then we'll close out of that. Then we'll go to the product designer. And you can see these are already all pre-filled, ready to go. So all these other ones that are listed here, those will be ones that Natalie will talk about on Thursday, and that's more towards the product designer instead of the virtual designer. So now all I need to do is go to site logos, add my logo, come down to the logo that I have selected, same one, click open. And then it's going to save that logo. So you can add as many logos as you want, and then you can set which one you want. So after that, then I'm going to come down here to logo, click to make it activate the logo that I want. So if you had multiple ones there, you could switch it on and off. Click save. And now if I go back to my website, and then I take a look at the template or the website itself, you can see that, so what it'll do is it will automatically preload. So it looks like it's cached at this point. So what you can do is if you come over here and open it up in like incognito, or if you did it in a different browser, your customer will be able to see it, but it looks like it's cached in the system. And so you can see there, so now it autofills in all of them. And that's so if you want to create like a customer presentation, if you want to do a company store, and you just want to kind of give your customers an idea of how their logo would look on some products, they can also come up here and they can change it to a different logo. So if I wanted to change it to something else, I could come up here, whether it's you or the customer, click on here, go to my images, and I'm going to pull my logos, and I'm going to go to one of my logos, just choose the DC logo, click upload, save changes, and then it'll automatically apply to all the products. So you can see this come in handy where it's already pre-fills for your customer, so that's just one less step that they have to do. Or you can do it the other way where it's just blank and then just have them enter in their logo. So just a different option for you. And then another one is if you already have a store that's existing. So like if we go to this Demo Inc., and this is the one that's a little bit more advanced. So you can see this is a template that I've already created. I already customized it with the theme and everything. But let's say I wanted to add the virtual designer to this one. So that's the next step we're going to walk through. So basically what we do is we'd go to the website, we click on manage, and the first thing we need to do is we need to add the virtual design collection to it. So this is for websites that are already existing that you want to add the virtual designer to. Any new websites that you create will automatically have it. All you have to do is go in and turn it on, and then it will automatically apply. And then if you want to do the preset version of it, just go into the designer and click on the logo, add the logo for it so it'll pre-fill. Otherwise, if you don't and you just want to do it generic, you don't have to go into the designer. It's already set. All the preferences are already set there. But if you're doing it from an existing website that you have and you want to add it, here's the best way that we recommend doing it. And this is a way that I've done it in the past is so we go to Websites Hosting Manager, then we went to Manage on the website. So we need to add the virtual collection to the website, otherwise it won't pull it in. So we'll click on Manage. And this is the same thing as adding any product collection to your website. So we'll just scroll down to the bottom, Add New Collection, click on that, and we'll do Virtual Designer is what we'll call it. We'll just make it simple. Click Add Filter, and then you'll see it right here under Ordering. So Virtual Designer, click Save, and you can see right around 1,700 products like I stated earlier. So if we click on Publish, because anytime you make changes, you want to publish them, and then click Publish All Changes. Now it's added to the website. So now I need to go into the website editor in order to make the changes and get that applied. So I'll go back to just up here with the menu, click on Demo Inc., which is going to take me back one page. And I'm going to click Edit to go into the website editor. And so what I like to do is I like to create, because normally with the templates you have all products, all suppliers, and you want to have one section that's dedicated to the virtual designer. So what I do is I make a page. So I just come up here, go to Pages, Add New Page, and I'll call it Virtual Designer. You can call it whatever you want though. Click Save New Page. So now I have a page that's dedicated to the designer. And I'll click Save real quick. Then I'll come over to the Virtual Designer page. And I'll go to Blocks. So it's the same thing as doing any website. It's just different type of block that we're adding and creating a page. So for row 1, I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to add catalog block. And then I'm going to click the pencil. So you can do the pencil or the double click like I was doing earlier. I like the double click. Either one will work. And then I'm going to come down, change this to no, change this to Virtual Designer, use the new interface, yes, hit done. So now I have the Virtual Designer, but I still need to add the instructions on how to get it, add your logo and stuff like that. So basically the same thing as you see right here, something that they can click on so they can actually add it. So that was where it gets a little bit more custom, like I was talking about. And we have a custom HTML that we've already created for you. And so we'll have that in a help guide soon. But if, like I said, if you have any questions about it, just email us and we can send you we can set it up for you, or we can send you the custom HTML. So all you're going to do is you're going to come in here to row 1, click the plus, come down to written content, and then we'll do the pencil this time. We're going to click the source button. This is where the HTML is housed. So I'm going to grab the custom HTML that I've already written out. And this will work for any website. We've tested it out on all of them. Click done. And then I'll hit save, and you see the button has popped up. So now I have the button. So now what I need to do is I need to go back in and I need to activate it in the preferences in order for it to work. So on my website part, it's done. Oh, well, yeah, one more step. So now it's here, we've created the page. So what I like to do also is I'll come up here to the navigation bar and just double click, and I'll add that page. So click the plus, come down here to Virtual Designer, click and drag, you can move it wherever you want. And that way I have a dedicated page to just these Virtual Designer products. And then the rest of my website is just everything. And so then I'll click save. I'll hop out of here with the website editor, which takes me back to the hosting manager. So now I need to go into the preferences. I need to activate it, kind of the same steps as before, but a little bit more different since you're adding it to an existing website. So the preferences aren't already preset on the designer either. So go into the website preferences, come to customization again, enable product designer, yes, hit save, and then we'll close out of this. And then we'll go into product designer. And you can see that everything is turned on. So we have already preset it for the ones when you're creating a new website. But if you're adding to existing website, the only ones you need is to click these top two. So that gives them the option to where it will fill in the products automatically once they upload it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, all these are for if you wanted to create like a custom product using the product designer. And so you can add custom fields. So you could say like company name, and it would ask them for their company name, which Natalie will cover that. So the only thing you need for the virtual design part of it is the logo. So you can turn all these off. And once again, these are already preset on any new websites you created. This is just for existing websites. So you won't have to do this on new websites. So turn all these off. And then once I turn them off, click save. And then go back to website. And then if I look at my website now as a preview, it should be ready to go. So I add the virtual designer there. So all these products, everything else is pulling in, all products, all suppliers. And I have a dedicated page to the virtual designer. And like I said, you can name it whatever you want. So I'm just going to click on it here, which is going to pull the page up. And then you can see that it's loaded right there. And all I need to do is add my logo. And I'll upload my logo. And we'll use the same one as we did before. Hit save changes. And then it'll automatically fill those in, as you can see. So everything on this page is dedicated to the virtual designer. That way they can get an idea if they want to play around and see how their logo would look. You can add it to the all products catalog, but what it'll do if you do it that way is it'll have products that don't have the product designer on it. So some of them might have, like this one could not have it, and this one does, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this one doesn't, this does. This dedicates it to one page for you. Like I said, it is a little more advanced adding it to your existing website, but we can help you out with that, and we are going to put together some help guides to walk you through that. Mostly the difficult part is knowing that HTML code so it looks clean and you have something for them to click on, but that is how you would add it to your existing website. So I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Like I said, it was just going to be a quick webinar. Just wanted to show you guys a couple different features for the virtual designer, how to add it to, how to use the virtual design template by just using the template, how to have it preset autofill to whether you're using the customer presentation or company store, and then how to add it to your existing website. And like I said, Natalie will go over the product designer part, which would be more in the custom, when you're setting up your custom products on Thursday. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. and then I'll get those answered here live in the chat, and also on the audio. So stick around for that, and I see some questions in here. We'll get that answered. The recording will be going out. Usually goes out within a day, so you should receive it by the same time tomorrow. But like always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call, 888-516-7401. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also email us anytime, info@distributorcentral.com. Also, you can take advantage of our live chat. So if you're logged in and you see down here where it says help, you can click on that and that'll connect to somebody in support. And then if you were kind of you might have been getting lost when I was making the changes to the website, we have a webinar. So if you go to distributorcentral.com, come up here to resources, go to training videos. We have a webinar that goes over, if you scroll down to website crash course series right here, navigating the website editor to make changes to it. That goes over basically all the different block types, what they do, how to edit it. So it'll explain it in more detail. This one will show you how to set up a website, just like we did real quick. You can also access it from your DC account. So this is if you're outside of your DC account. If you're logged in, you can come over here, click on the question mark, and then you can go to training videos. Hope everybody has a great afternoon, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks.